convertible, and then that burnt up. But we have the last hardtop Ferrari ever made for this thing. So today I'm gonna make it fit. All right, well, that's done. Moving on. Seriously though, I'm still trying to figure out what we're gonna do for a transaxle on this thing. While I'm sorting all that out, I figured a good next step would be to get this roof roughly fitted to the car. There's still pieces of windshield frame here and a large portion of the old body from when it was a soft top back here. So there'll be a lot of cutting to get this to fit, but I need it to fit on there at least pretty close to where it's gonna be so that I can start doing things like building the roll cage and, you know, beefing up around the engine here and just all of that structural stuff that needs to happen. This needs to be able to fit on there first. I'll probably start by taking off the hood and fenders because that's all of this needs to like tuck down in there and it can't go in with these on there. So I'll pull that off and then start cutting and drilling all the old bits off. Also, look how nice it looks with a beefy tire sitting there. That's a spare tire for the Tesla, which I've been like doing a lot of looking around at what's available in tire sizes and stuff. And this is a 28-inch diameter tire, which is a bit bigger than factory, but not hugely so. I want to keep the tires on this reasonably small for performance reasons, because big tires are heavy and lots of unsprung weight means crappy suspension. So somewhere in the 28-inch diameter is going to be a good size, I think.
Have you worked on many Ferraris, Chris?
No, never. I had a girlfriend once that had one though.
No, you didn't, Chris.
Well, I mean for a little while.
No, you didn't have a girlfriend. You had a scam artist pretending to be a girl who pretended to have a Ferrari.
This is the Chang Li that will be taking me on the next 100-mile challenge in the snow. I thought I'd announce it today because we have a special announcement. This video is sponsored by Teimu. I know you guys know that we have big things from Teimu like the excavator, but did you know you can get amazing deals on just about anything, including everything you need to go 100 miles in a little car by yourself in the wilderness. Boom! 100 miles! But it gets better. We're also bringing aboard luxury items like you would not believe. A wireless portable speaker! This laser is sound activated, powering off my battery pack with this little speaker. I literally have everything I need. For new users, you are going to get a $100 coupon bundle and one of these 4 items for 90% off. And if you've already downloaded Teimu, don't worry, we've got a deal for you too. All you need to do is scan this QR code and you will get a $20 off coupon. This is one coupon getting you $20 off a single item, so check it out. To infinity and beyond!
I don't know why I've been doing all of this stuff for this many years, and it just occurred to me like 2 weeks ago to start using these drill batteries for things like this.
Yeah.
I was always grabbing a full-size battery, you know, like a motorcycle battery at least.
What is that one, a 12 volt?
Yeah, that's the best part.
That's the headlight.
Oh, okay.
That's the dims, that's brights, yeah.
So that doesn't do us any good.
Nope.
You know what? I bet it's one of these relays here. I'll just start trying relays until something happens, right? Let's see. Although what we need is ground to go to ground. Wait, is that the first one I tried is the fog lights. Nice. Oh. Haha.
Found it.
It doesn't have an up or down, it just keeps going. Also, there's a little spinny knob on top here, so you can do it by hand.
Oh.
It's just slow. Well, now we know how to get the headlights up. That's something. Wow, it had projector headlights.
Yep.
Not bad for 1995, right, Sparky? With that in mind, we need to start figuring out where the other bolts are.
Where's your little metal tray?
Well, there's one right there. Steven, you see it, right?
I do now.
Chris! It was right here. Oh, look at how cute this little front suspension is. Isn't that cute?
Wow.
Cute little A-arm. Also, check it out. Brake cooling factory. For crying out loud, Ferrari. The frickin' fender is glued on.
It is?
Yeah. Wow, this is really annoying. One thing's for sure, we don't need to be this low on the ground for this process.
Look, a bullet hole.
That's not a bullet hole, Chris. That's where one of the firefighters took an axe to it. I don't know why they thought they needed to do that there. Edwin knows more of the story.
I felt something loose.
Yep, that's it. Man, that's a hefty bumper for being
Isn't it?
mostly fiberglass. Oh, look, a crash sensor.
Yeah.
More stuff we don't need. Man, I've taken off a few fenders over the years. This might be one of the more difficult ones, which I suppose should be no surprise, given that it's a Italian supercar. Okay, well, if we can get the rest of it loose, then that part we can maybe twist off that welt or that glued spot. There's actually underneath here, there's a little strip that's tack welded between the fender and the A-pillar. That's insane. Who welds their fenders on?
That's like you just said, they really didn't intend for this to be taken apart.
Apparently not. When I said, oh yeah, we'll just pull the fenders and hood off real quick so we can get this roof on, I did not expect that I would need to be cutting welds already. But this fender is legitimately welded on. I can't get a saw in here in any way, so I'm just going to use a chisel. Put it up against the spot weld here. Yep, there we go.
She's loose.
At least the backside is.
There's something right in here.
Oh, I know, that's another spot weld. But it's also possible that if I get everything else loose, I can just twist that spot weld and it'll pop loose.
Yeah.
But I have one more thing holding this one here. There's a bolt holding this fender on right there. So you need to pull this side skirt away to get to it. But look over here. So obviously these screws here do something, right? So I remove those. I looked underneath there. This is just a trimmed piece, but it's glued to the side skirt, and the screws to get the side skirt off are underneath it. What the heck, Ferrari? What the heckin' heck?
I guess there's a reason why supercars are so expensive to work on.
Yeah.
Everything's that much more complicated.
Edwin, do you have your socks on?
I am wearing Crocs, but 1 second.
I mean, he has socks on. I figure I can buy my way out of this problem.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Maple bars.
Maple bars.
I'm holding
nice.
the camera for you.
All I gotta say is it's a really good thing this thing's gonna get a bunch of paint and body work when we're done with it, because taking all of this off without scratching anything would be dang near impossible.
You got it.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Nothing like a crispy Ferrari with all-terrain tires hanging from the rotors.
Yeah. I finally managed to get this side skirt loosened up enough to get to the bolt, and that tab was also welded in place. Just got this one last spot weld here, and we will be free.
Wow, that was only a 4.5 hour fender removal.
Yeah, right? Try a few different things here for getting these spot welds undone. It's amazing how good a wood chisel can be at cutting metal. Some of these spot welds I'll have to drill, but the ones I can get at on the edge, might as well. I'm really not impressed with Ferrari's hardware. Like all the just little sheet metal screws holding everything together.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, like that, here. That's what's holding in the fender. Not very high quality.
Or, as I would say, not very go fast.
You know what just occurred to me? We have another option here. I already popped a few spot welds, but this part is all good, and this part is all good. There's also a seam right here. Just because we have this section doesn't mean we have to use it. See what I'm saying?
You know what? Yeah, that would save a lot of work.
Yeah, because there's so many spot welds across all of that. We can just pop the welds right here.
Yep.
We can just drill these welds
Exactly. Yep.
and take off only this section
And leave this.
and leave this.
Chris, I think you're officially part of Grindhard Plumbing Company now.
I am?
It's
Why?
more than official. Well, you got your first fan mail, and it's addressed to you.
What?
Yeah, it's for you from Matt Snyder.
Oh, Swiss miss. All right.
Grind hard, you guys are my kind of people. This carrot package is for Chris. It's up to him if he wants to share. Stay awesome.
Yeah.
Look, they sent you a case.
Oh.
I didn't even know you could get it in cases. And a 30 pack of hot chocolate.
Yep.
And hang on, let's see what the shirt says. If at first you don't succeed, try doing what Chris told you to the first time. That's amazing. What is this, Chris? Probably like a 2-week supply for you?
Oh, maybe a week.
Yeah, not. If he has.
Thanks, Matt.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So that part is that bit. So I should be able to just drill these spot welds here. Pull this center bit out, and then this will just set on there. The back is going to be a whole different ball of wax. Now that I got both of those pieces stripped off the A-pillars there, I'm gonna just drill these spot welds here. Take this whole middle section off, because that should theoretically be the same. It's a whole lot less work to take this off of here than it is to take that one off of there. Not much left of that flange once you drill out all the spots. It's okay. We don't have a spot welder, so I'll just TIG weld the whole thing on anyway when we get to that point. Also, there's going to be a fully integrated roll cage into this thing, so the strength of that is no longer a concern. Whoever was running the spot welder this day was maybe had too much or not enough coffee. A lot of these are like double. They're like hit it twice. That's kind of close. Now that I'm past all the obnoxious tack welded on body panels, I mean, now I'm actually just removing panels that are supposed to be welded together, so This is a lot more enjoyable. First, we need to make a little incision right here. Wow. That's quite the tool.
Isn't that meant for cutting cement?
Well, this blade on it is for metal.
Oh.
But yes, it's a construction tool, so it's made for cutting rebar and concrete.
If anyone is thinking that Grindhard shouldn't have a Ferrari,
They're probably definitely thinking it more now.
the only missing piece of the puzzle you guys haven't seen yet is an entire rear clip of a hardtop 355.
That's not in the best of shape.
But I'm bringing it up tomorrow, so we will have 1.5 Ferraris. in the
I would
Grindhard
argue we'll
garage.
still have about half of a Ferrari.
Between the two.
Yeah! Aha! Well, that was a lot of work for a small panel to be removed, but here we are. Once you take the shiny body off, this thing's really not that nice looking underneath. I mean, it's just square. Success!
Not wearing my glasses, I can't tell how far I am from the
Oh, we were just in
door.
the shop talking about how you're succeeding at backing up a trailer.
I know, all this trailer practice has been good for me. It's always been like, I don't know, pretty embarrassing how bad I am at driving with trailers.
And Einstein's already on the trailer. Typical. Oh, I forgot this thing had the windows in the back.
Yeah.
That saves us a lot of money, probably.
It's half decent.
I mean, it doesn't have the back glass here.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It would be, but also we're building a race car, so we could just do that one out of like plexi.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be removable easily for maintenance, and also lightweight,
Yeah.
and also really cheap.
Here's our little trailer dog. This guy loves the trailer. He'll just hop right on.
We might want to cut out this whole section, because this is a seam. What we could do is split it at this seam here, because we have all of this section, and then we could take this bit and graft it onto the...
It'd be interesting to know what happened to this one, because this one also got yoinked pretty bad. Grindhard's second Ferrari. Hopefully the third is a little nicer.
Based on my very limited experience of metalworking, I would say it'd probably be a whole lot easier to modify and fix this than it would be to cut that out, paste it in, and have it look good. Shaping metal is not that hard, but like welding this really thin metal in a seam that doesn't warp everything and then getting it to be unwarped after you weld it is a lot of work. This is Jarek, and he's the one we bought the donor car from, the wrecked one, right? He came up to steal some parts out of it that we don't need. He brought us a timing kit for that engine if we want to do the cams. This is just the tools you need that are specific to that engine only to do the timing. What? To replace the cams.
Just so happens, this is the only place to now get V10 parts that you cannot find practically anywhere else.
Is this
What?
yard?
Here?
Yes.
My house? Yeah. That is so hardcore for a... Like, I have the timing tool kit for the 2-liter that's in the trike. It's this. This is the only part that you couldn't just, like, use a screwdriver for. That's the whole timing tool that you need for the 2-liter.
Yes.
For the V10, you need a whole box of CNC machine chunks of steel, apparently. That is insane. Wow.
I do not want to know what it costs.
I can't imagine. I mean, that's... Like, just that is 2 pieces of 3/4 inch thick steel that have been machined. Why is it so beefy?
Have you ever had to do it?
ridiculous.
No, and I don't want to. I'm so glad when I got the car, it had already been done.
That's the time you learn how to wheelie, man.
You're gonna give me a quick lesson on wheelies?
In the shop?
Outside,
Okay.
we've given you a motorcycle this year.
Yeah.
We've created our own motorcycle this year, and it's time we learn to wheelie.
All right, I mean, I'm down.
Wheeling electric dirt bikes is awesome because you don't need to shift. You'd normally do it with your left foot down because traditionally you have a brake on the right? But now your brake is right here. As long as you're covering that brake, you're not gonna die, right? If you're properly balancing, you don't need to go all that fast.
Oh, no, I wasn't covering the brake. I already am learning.
See?
Edwin and Ethan both kind of like grew up around and with dirt bikes and that kind of stuff. For me, it's kind of new. In the last like 2-ish, 3 years, I really haven't ridden that many bikes. I really haven't tried to do any stunts on any bikes. I didn't really do that much like BMX or mountain biking, so it's a whole new learning curve for me. I can ride a bike now, which I'm happy about, and the Indian is really sick. We'll get these bars tightened and I'll try again.
So I don't know if we're going to be using this part of this body or if we'll just use, parts of that. I'm not sure, but I'm just kind of planning to be able to use it if we want to. So I'm cutting a little bit of ways from the body line and then folding it down so that we have a flange to weld, this flange here too. Quick and dirty body work here.
Okay. I gotta give it a little more throttle than that, I think.
Yeah!
Okay, it's getting closer.
Yup.
Oh.
I'm realizing I had the luxury of learning how to wheelie not on camera.
Okay, I did grab the, yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Well, thanks for the lesson, Edwin.
Yep. Anytime.
I'll get her, and Chris isn't gonna know what's coming.
So this is out of an Audi A6. So all we need to do is find the 6-speed manual version of this. And you got your axle outputs for the front, and then here's your transmission, and then you just bolt the diff straight to the back of it. And then you've got 4 wheels driven in the rear. Well, we've just been talking, and we think maybe we should put another axle on the back of this thing and make it 4-wheel drive with 6 tires.
Oh, all right. Extra set of tires would be like...
Yeah, but look, we even have an extra body panels for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
to make it match.
okay.
Both the wheel wells would, yeah.
Maybe we could even make it a little bit of a ute action too, because we have a lot of extra room back here.
Yeah, we could, because the engine and transaxle would end right here, and then the rest of this could just be like a shallow pickup bed. Man, can you imagine a Ferrari that you could load dirt bikes in?
Oh, it's all I could ever think about now.
Look at that. I was like, why is the front of the window there so much higher? Because it's bent. Look at this. It's kinked right there. This whole section got yoinked at some point in its existence. It's actually like where it's supposed to go. Obviously, this is not finished, but that's not the goal for right now. The goal is just to get it to fit in there.
They always recommend unbending your Ferrari with body weight.
What I'm going to need to do here is build a bit of a substructure for this to attach to over the engine there, possibly out of square tubing. I hate square tubing, but it is the shape of it.
Kind of seems like the most logical.
Yeah, and also it's not going to be visual in the end. It's just to have this attached to it. It'll be a permanent welded in fixture right here over the engine. So I've spent like probably pretty much a whole day's worth of hours last night researching transaxles and clutches and everything else. And I've come to the conclusion that this is not going to be easy. Not only is this bell housing pattern specific, which that's fine, easy enough to make an adapter, but the flywheel, or well, the crank bolt pattern, where the flex plate or flywheel would bolt on, as far as I can tell, no other car in history, Volkswagen or otherwise, has had this 11-bolt main flywheel thing.
Weird.
But yeah, look at this. Not only is it an 11-bolt pattern, it's asymmetrical, just to really make you uncomfortable. If you look at it, you're not going to notice right away. But, yeah, look, if I hold it like that, why? I have absolutely no idea. If you look at the edge between the edge of the bolt hole and this like line from where the plate was, all of them are pretty much the same, and then this one is like twice the distance there.
That's intriguing.
It's so dumb. That's what it is. And while I'm in the process of pulling off things so that I can measure them, shut up, I'm talking to the camera! While I'm in the process of pulling off parts so I can research and measure, I'm gonna run out to the transmission out of the Touareg and pull the bell housing off of it, so we can have that to measure as well. Because we're gonna need some sort of adapting situation for a lot of things. Yoink the torque converter out of there.
Okay, that's a lot of bolts. Holy crap, alonies. Oh, wow.
Could have just done this when we had it in the shop, but I didn't think about it then. It's a good excuse for a field trip to the junkyard. Ow. I don't think this really gets us any farther on anything today as such, but now I have this so I can figure out, measurements and contemplate my life choices that have led me to this point. Well, it's been a minute since we fired up the old dump truck here, and its tires are all flat. We'll see how it does with a snowy cold start and get those tires aired up. Hopefully the tire inflation system will handle that. We'll give it a little starting fluid. I know it's not going to want to just go for it right away. Not bad at all. Not bad for like 30 degrees out or whatever, and not having started it in a month. Well, before the bed of this thing fills completely with snow, I better get the rocks and logs we got up at the property last time dumped out. But while it's warming up, check out this stuff we got from Teimu for next time we go up at the property. We got some couple different kinds of trail cams here so that we can see what sort of wildlife is going on up there while we're not around. Simple little trail cams, super good price on them. It'll be perfect up there. They even got little LED lights for a night vision situation. And we also got this here spotting scope so that while we're hanging out in the bus up at the property, we can check out the wildlife. Steven, maybe you'll want to borrow this for taking pictures of your eagles.
I know, I was excited about this one. And that's a really good price on this one.
It's a pretty serious magnification right there. Nice.
So this truck has a built-in inflation system where it can air up and air down the tires all from inside. And we've actually never used it before because this was a feature that was broken on the road trip. So I don't know if it goes slowly over time or if it goes kind of quick, but it's sick to test out. We're about to find out. This thing absolutely rips in the snow, dude.
Those tiny little tires, I guess, they just cut right through it.
Right through it.
Nice. That's so cool. I love this thing. Pile of logs and rocks here, but the logs I want here for the sawmill. So, yeah, I'll back up a little farther and then I'll just dump them right there.
It's alarming. They're not moving at all yet.
Are there boulders in there?
Yeah, massive boulders.
That's crazy. I can't believe ice is that strong.
Dude, that is crazy. That's basically vertical.
I never would have bet money this would be the case.
Wow. Logs from that dead tree that I took. Whoa! Nope. Just a rock. Wow. Wow. Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
He's just gonna try to drift the trees out. You gotta love snow days at Grindhard Plumbing Co., man. I've never really seen it in the snow yet.
It looks awesome.
Dude, if that log does come out, your car's gonna be cooked. You always park there.
Yeah, it's safer than a lot of the other spots.
I just figure they're so heavy it doesn't matter how frozen it is, but I guess that bed is also really rusty, so maybe the ice like got all in the rust.
Still not one of those things came out of there? Hey! There we go. I think I'm gonna pull the roof off again because now I know, what it's gonna look like here with that all in place over the engine, so I can build a substructure that'll support all that and tie everything together. Yes, complete. Normally I despise square and rectangular and angle iron on vehicles, but in this case it makes by far the most sense. Also, this is like actually the perfect length.
I was gonna comment on that. Like, you didn't cut this, right?
No, I did not cut this. Where the roof mounts on, I need a surface for it to weld to all the way across here, and I need a flat surface on the front for the engine cover to mount to. So what I'm thinking is I'll cut out these weird little triangles here. They don't do anything anymore. And then cut out a little bit of this here, and then just run this angle the exact length it is, which is incredibly satisfying. And that'll give all of those mounting surfaces while not getting in the way of the engine. Don't forget, you could buy this Goose shirt and win a supercharged V8 Raptor. It's not the only Goose shirt we have right now. We also have our Christmas Goose hoodie, we have a Goose mug, all sorts of Goose paraphernalia. Got a little piece of tubing here, which, of all things, came from the shipping crate for the Mini Jeep.
That's not what I would have guessed.
No, but it's a nice little piece of rectangular tubing that'll fit in the corner there to brace things, and it's more than strong enough for a little brace like that. See, just a little brace there to kind of tie it all together, just because this piece is kind of floating out in front of all of this structure, and it'll just help cap off this ugly sharp end there. Tack this little brace to the bar here on both sides, and it'll pull it off, weld it all to the bar, and then tack it in place on the bar. Figure out how I want to do all this, because I want this cover to look decent and have access to everything it needs to access. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll cut down at like kind of an angle, and then an angle back this way. Now, I'm gonna run a piece of this down there, a piece there, as a, edge that I can bolt things to. And it'll also serve the purpose of tying all these like more beefy structural components together. This tube, ironically, also came from a shipping crate. I believe this one might have been from one of the little Chinese mini quads that we did a while back. This thing works pretty good for getting the glue out of there. What? Exploded on me. Rude. I kind of wonder if I should have gone with the wider one just for mount surface. I'm gonna want this engine cover to seal, so I'm gonna want a rubber seal around the edge of it. Not bad. Take this extra little piece and put it in here, stiffen up that, and just make that all one continuous line. Now that I've got that done for now, I'm not gonna start making the cover yet, because that'd be a little premature. And also I don't have enough aluminum. I'm gonna raise it up and start working on the cross member underneath there. Look, 3 of these bolts are not like the others. I figure while I'm still, you know, figuring out parts and stuff for the transaxle and all that, that's another thing I can work on with materials on hand. The point is, lop these off a little bit cleaner and with a little more clearance, plate them, and then run a piece of round tubing from here across back in, just to stiffen up that section there where I lopped it all out. Oh, you know what? Another thing. I should pull that out and see if it'll come back. Set that on the pile of batteries to be revived. Let's see. Let me guess. It has exactly 0 volts. Yup. But this charger has the ability to just supply voltage. So we can just pump 14 volts into it and see what happens. I don't have a lot of confidence that it'll come back, but it's always fun to try. We have a resident shop goose this week because we don't really know how, but this goose hurt its wing. You can see this wing here is kind of dangling. And due to that, it was getting rather ice cubed outside. Poor goose was covered in ice because she couldn't fluff herself up and shake off the water and stuff. She was just covered in ice. So we've got her a little crate over there with some food and water, and she's just hanging out in the shop today. Haven't come up with a name yet, but resident shop goose. Goose, you gotta quit pooping all over the floor, okay? Hop on over to the Arc Droid and cut these plates out. Which, by the way, you could buy one of these on our website. I think we still have a few left, so buy one of these and win yourself a new truck. Instead of having nothing there, I have a taper from this point here up to that corner there, so it'll be a lot stronger that way. Slag be gone. Now I gotta put these on there with just a few tiny little tacks because pretty much all of the welding gases are gone.
Alright, Ethan, I think it might be time.
Or,
I think the goose needs some bling. You think
oh
this-
yeah,
you think
that's
we can
perfect.
Bling out our yet to be named goose.
Shop Goose 9000.
Oh, we gotta give it like a rap name, Lil Goose.
Lil Goose. That's a little too basic. Lil Honker.
Lil Honker.
Honky McHonkerson. Come here, Goose. Do. Yeah, okay, don't eat it. There you go. Goose bling complete.
Yeah, she really doesn't seem to mind. I can't wait for Edwin to see this.
I know.
Sort of my thing, you know? Little owner.
Piece of 1.25 inch tubing here. 120 wall, which is plenty thick, but I figure since it's on the bottom and it's right in front of the engine, it might take some, you know, impacts when doing rally type things.
This is way more handy in the shop than I ever would have thought.
Got this chassis stiffener, whatever you want to call it, cross member in there. And I'm thinking of doing a couple of tubes, kind of something like that to this part here, but I'm gonna leave them out for now because there's just so much more stuff that has to happen around the engine before it's ready to drive, that there's a chance I'm gonna want something to be there. This is more than strong enough for now, and it's even strong enough for like a brief test drive or whatever. So until I know what I'm doing with all of this space, I'm just gonna leave this part out. I'll just cut a gusset out of a little flat gusset for that spot. It'll just spread out the load. Time to cut out a gusset. You know, I wasn't able to include any hexagons. They just didn't look right. I went with triangles. When the shape is a triangle that you're working with, putting hexagons in it looks really weird. Hexagons are great for super interesting and irregular shapes, but for triangles, triangles are best. More triangles. And the holes that I cut in these to make them look cool ended up being in the perfect spot for extra clearance when the engine moves around a little bit. Looks spiffy.
I see you have a clearance marker.
That's where I plan on cutting the oil pan. Just gonna lop it off, weld a big thick plate on the bottom of it, and then add back in some volume elsewhere. But if you look at how much is being cut off, it's really not that much that we'd lose in volume, like maybe a quart and a half or something like that. Look what Edwin brought up, Steven. He brought up replacements for the drone you crashed.
This is wonderful news.
And the one that I crashed.
Yeah.
Fresh meat, Chris.
Fresh meat.
Yup.
All right.
I've been crashing them too much recently. I know Steven
Steven
finally
did a number
cooked
on one of
right?
them too.
I just love how proud of you were, Edwin.
Well, you know, someone's got to do it.
Nevertheless, now we have a drone again instead of not having a drone at all.
Yep, so if you missed the drone shots, there's only 1 week without it, so.
You probably wouldn't notice because Steven had so many good drone bangers, we just recycled them for a week and called it good. And lastly, Teimu has an insane selection of tools. They even have some automotive parts like this sweet little coolant tank we got. It's totally universal. You can use it for whatever you want. They even have full-on power tools. Heck, they even have chainsaws. We didn't get one, but they have chainsaws. And don't forget to download the Teimu app because new users of the app can get one of our recommended tools at an ultra low price. Just grab your phone, download the app, and enter this coupon code. Also, existing users can claim a $20 coupon. That's one coupon that gets you $20 off your purchase. I should have also bought a fog machine while I was at it, but in a pinch.
The tire is like gone. This thing is so powerful.
I think you were just doing a burnout at like 50 miles an hour for like 30 seconds.
I sure did fog up the garage.
Yep. No smoke machine needed.
I made this song